Hello, America. I have always kind of not taken prophetic dream videos seriously. People say they had some prophetic dream, and I think, well, that's actually kind of silly. But when you have one, and it hits you like a ton of bricks, you say to yourself, well, that was a prophetic dream. So I'm stuck with making a prophetic dream. I have to, because the dream, it hits you that way. So here I am telling you a dream that I believe has importance for the people of America. So let me just tell you the dream. In this dream, I'm a tourist. I'm traveling, and I'm in, must be Seattle or Portland. I mean, it rains all the time, and the people I'm with, or the other travelers, I'm not really with them. They're just all a bunch of tourists in this hotel. And they're all just happy as they can be with the shopping. It's just the coolest, neatest shops in the world. They're having so much fun. And they all dress weird, and they all have funky colored hair, and every time they get together and go out, they do it all together, and I manage to be left behind. I look around, and where is everybody? So I'm not fitting in. But they're having a great time. And one afternoon, I come into the lobby, and they're all in there, and they're laughing their heads off and talking about the natives. And the natives are the people who live there. And I've seen it too. Traveling through town, all the streets are lined in this dream with chicken wire fences up 10 feet high. Cheap chicken wire fences, and behind them are all the people. They're all homeless people, and that's all the people of this town. They're the natives, and they're all homeless, dirt poor, and hungry. And what they do, what these folks are laughing about, is the natives all just press their faces up against the chicken wire fences, trying to see inside the cars that go by. All the rich folks. Just to see how the rich folks live. And they're just smashed up against the chicken wire fences, 20 people deep, just trying to see the rich people who are free to move around. Because the natives are just trapped and starving, basically. And they're laughing and talking about that. So, remembering the dream after, it's all in color except the natives. In the dream, I see the natives smashed up against the fence. They're in black and white. So, the gang gets together, goes out, does stuff, and I'm pretty much on my own because I don't fit in. And I get a taxi, and I'm going to go to a museum or something. And I go out, and I'm driving on the street, and it's lined with chicken wire fence and black and white natives smashed, just faces smashed up against the chicken wire. And at one point I see this little girl, probably 10 years old, and she is right up against the fence and being smashed against it hard by all the people crowding behind her. And she's her eyes, just the biggest, saddest eyes I ever saw in my life. And I tell the taxi to stop. And I get out and I go over to the chicken wire fence, and she's just being literally smashed against that fence, and I'm trying to tear it open just to get her out. And I cannot. There's a a torn place and I can reach my hand through, but I can't get the chicken wire to pull apart. I can't, nothing I can do to help her, but I put my hand through and she holds my hand. And at that point, I hear sirens and cops come, and they've got rifles and bayonets. And they just go through the crowd killing, just shooting people, live ammunition, and bayoneting people. And she's one of the ones who gets bayoneted. And in the dream, she dies holding my hand. Well, I can tell you, at that point I woke up. And, I made breakfast, but I couldn't get rid of that dream. And I think what it's about, here's what I think it's about. That's exactly what it's like in Palestine right now. I mean, that's exactly the way the Palestinians are treated. And I think the dream is a warning that we're next. I mean, what's been happening for a couple of decades is Israeli, they call them settlers. They just go in to Gaza and people get thrown out of their houses and the settlers move in, or they build houses. And they're called settlers. Well, how many settlers are coming across the American border, folks? The Israeli settlers are armed. A lot of them are, in fact, military. And as I understand it, they do a lot of the savage killing that the Israelis have become known for. How many settlers have come across the American border in the last 4 years? I think we're next. I mean, the eclipses put a great big old X across America, and what do we deserve? I mean, we're providing the Israelis with bombs. We make some big talk about, oh, don't be mean. Here's some more bombs. Here's $1 billion worth of bombs. Don't be mean to them. Bomb the hell out of them. We're next. I mean, the settlers are being allowed across the border literally by the millions. We're next. What do we deserve? You know? The news media, the politicians are all totally sold out. We are the Palestinians. How many years? A couple years? A year? A few months? Practically all our government would have to do would be to cut off the food supply, and this American, what they call illegal immigrants, our settlers, will walk into your house and throw you out. What are you going to do? I mean, they are all given cell phones. Now, why the fuck give them cell phones? Well, so you can track them, you can communicate with them, you can find them, you can organize them, you can tell them where to meet, what to do. They're all given them more money than they've worked for, more money than they've earned. Their work is still ahead. We're being settled. We did it to the American Indians. and we're supplying the bombs to Israel. We're next. So that's what I take to be the prophetic aspect of this dream. That girl's sad eyes, those are my eyes. Those are your eyes. Those are your kids' eyes. In the years ahead, you will see hell in America. They're doing it all over Europe. They're doing it. They may call it a new world order, but it's not order. Order doesn't actually come from chaos. That's a lie. Order comes from order within people. People whose minds are ordered bring order around them. People whose minds are psychopathic, chaotic, the worst people in the world, they only produce disorder. They may say order from chaos. That's one of their call phrases, but it's not order for us. It'll be okay for them. It'll be chaotic, murderous hell on earth. People go to church. You ever hear the preacher say to do anything? No, they'll talk big. They talk about the Old Testament. You never hear preachers talk about the New Testament. Old Testament, smite the enemy talk, and the New Testament is just not there. We need the New Testament, folks. You need more than that. You need to put the Bible down and find God right here, right now. And God isn't doing nothing. God is active. And if you're with God, you need to be doing something, not just sitting around shopping. I need to be doing something. So I made this video. Prophetic dreams are not my gig, but God didn't say to do what's comfortable. He said to share this dream. And he said it just with the force of the dream. It's not like I hear voices. The force of the dream is you got to share this one. So there it is. Have a nice day and do more than pray. Take some kind of action. Bye-bye.